Yes, welcome boys. So in this video we're going to be breaking down the top 10 things you should not be doing if you're a young man right now. So, first things first, drinking.
So drinking alcohol, the problem with this is, right, a lot of people use alcohol as an escape, and if you really want to make progress in your 20s, you need to have that sobriety and really understand what your problems are, face your problems, and then you can start, putting that work in. But the thing is with alcohol, it enables you to have that escape where you're not actually attacking the problem, and that's probably the worst part about it, is just not even the effect. Obviously the effects it has on your body, you just look sminning, but just in terms of what it does for your brain, and you don't actually deal with any problems. I think that's the worst part about alcohol by far.
Yeah, the fact that you can detach from all your problems and not face them head on is a very dangerous thing to do. Okay, next, partying every weekend.
Right, so me and Lou fell into this trap, I can't lie, doing two-mans most weekends, and the problem with this is you do fuck all in the week because you're just constantly thinking, oh, I've got that release on the weekend, and you're just cooking yourself. It doesn't matter if you get out of that situation because you have that happy dopamine every weekend, and you're not actually going to be in a structure, and every day that you drink you might think, oh Jack, it's just one night out. I promise you the effects that it has on your motivation across the next 3-4 days is so bad.
Yeah, no, it's so low ROI. You're wiping out a night, you're wiping out the day after. Terrible. Okay, next, and it's a big one, chasing girls.
So although I think it's good to speak to as many girls as possible in that sense and build up your confidence, or make you better at sales as well, actually chasing girls, once you put something on a pedestal, you're literally signaling to the universe that's above you, and you should, rather than putting all your energy and time into chasing girls, you should be putting energy and time into building something that helps you attract them. So build an attractive lifestyle, build a good physique, stop chasing girls, and rather focus on yourself, and you're going to be in a much better position.
Yeah, so as soon as you start leveling up, focusing on yourself, them girls you were chasing, suddenly it reverses itself and they will come to you. I guarantee you may not think it's possible, but you will start attracting it. When they see a man working on themselves, leveling up, that's when they see a future with someone. That's when you become a green flag to them, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you attract them. And then that's when the dynamic change. You always want to be attracting girls. Okay, so next, bummy behaviour, smoking weed.
Right guys, I think smoking weed is probably the stupidest thing you can do in your 20s. It's probably the lowest ROI task. I mean, first of all, let's just look at the demographic who's smoking weed. It kind of speaks for itself really if we actually think about that. But also, you're literally smoking a plant which makes you dumb and gay. Like, do you know what cook that is? You're literally, guys, you need fucking energy. You're in your 20s, you should have infinite energy, and you're literally numbing yourself and just, you're just making yourself like gay and tired. Like, actually deep what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not going to expand on that one. It speaks for itself. You're a bum, you're a chav, and I don't want to speak to you if you do it. 9-to-5ers.
So 9-to-5s, I'm not going to sit here and say they're absolutely cooked, because I genuinely think everyone should get into a 9-to-5 at the start to build that income to get out of the 9-to-5 to an extent. You need to have like something behind you, but it's the mentality of the 9-to-5 which is why it's so cooked. And you got to realise, right, the whole system wouldn't function if everyone thought like me and Lewis and escaped it. And the reason is they make the 9-to-5 so comfortable on purpose. They give you weekends on purpose because they string you along across the week. Oh, it's Monday, it's shit. Across the week, it's shit. But then you have that release on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's the mindset of the 9-to-5, which is why I'm so against them, because it's just designed to keep you comfortable. And as a man, comfort is going to kill all of your dreams.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of you are making excuses for your 9-to-5, saying there's good growth, there's good this and that. By the end of the day, you're working for someone else, you're making someone else richer. And let's be honest, 5-figure months are very far away for you guys. You touch 40 and you may not even be there yet, which is crazy to say. So if you're in that position, you've got to make a change before it is too late, because they will get to a point where you've got too much behind you, you've got too much to risk to even think about making that change.
I mean, just to touch on this quickly, if you guys wrote down on a piece of paper your goals, would a 9-to-5 get you there? It's as simple as that. Enough said.
Like 95% of the time it won't. Okay, not taking risks.
Yeah, not taking risks is another one that's like obviously going to cook you, because you guys need to actually realise in 100 years you're dead. You're 100% dead, and a lot of you might think, yeah, Jack, well that's obvious, but if it was that obvious and people actually thought about that, would you be doing what you're currently doing? Probably not. And how much of a risk actually is it? Half you guys are, living with your parents and you're being fed. Like, if you, full send it, what is the worst that's actually going to happen? Absolutely nothing. You're still going to have a place to stay and food to eat. So,
yeah, well, at the end of the day, if you're looking to change your situation, it's not going to be done without taking risks. You can't avoid risks. Risks are a great thing. So if you're looking to really change your life, which is a big thing, right, that can't be done without risking something. So you need to kind of take a risk head on and think about the positives, because there will be 100 negatives. But every time, if it's a good risk, the positives will heavily outweigh the negatives. Okay, gooning. Gooning.
Uni.
Gooning.
Oh, gooning. Fuck, this is a good one, boys. Right, gooning. As a man, if you're like, you know, beating your meat 3 or 4 times a day, it's going to be absolutely cooked, because you need to realise, like, as a human being, we're on this planet to reproduce, and the biggest reward you can have is, you know, reproducing. So every time you guys bust a nut, it's meant to be one of the hardest things to do, like, as a man, right? You're literally cooking all of your energy, because you're telling your body you're done for the day, you're done for the week, you're done for the month even, because you've done the the number one most important thing as a man. So you need to save that energy. Like, just try not, you know, don't goon for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Guys, you're gonna feel fucking powerful. You're gonna feel motivated.
I mean, look, we can say everything we like. You probably know it yourself. The best way for us to prove this: don't have a wank, see how you feel. Okay, next one. Not going to the gym.
This is cooked. If you're not going to a gym as a guy, you're absolutely fucked, because you want to be able to walk in a room and people go, yeah, I respect that guy, I want to do business with him, I want to work with him. If you're one of those guys who's never been to the gym and, you know, you look like you can just be fucking strangled, you're just skinny like a twig, you're just absolutely cooked, and it's going to seep into other areas of your life. Women aren't going to rate you, people aren't going to want to do business with you, and you're not even going to have confidence within yourself. So not going to the gym is horrific, I think.
Yeah, I mean, look, how do people make a judgment off you at first? Off your looks, right? Now, if you walk in, you're a twig, don't go gym, next to someone who's ripped goes gym, who's everyone going to look at? The guy who's ripped. Now, do you want to be a guy that no one looks at, no one admires, nothing like that? I hope the answer's no, and if the answer is no, then go to the fucking gym. Not travelling.
Oh, this is a good one, because with travelling, right, I don't mean, you know, going to stay in hostels and being a degen. I'm on about escaping your hometown mentality, because at home, right, everyone's going to view you as a certain person, and it's really hard to reinvent yourself when you're at home, because everyone's going to look at you and think, oh no, why is he trying something new? That's not him. And these identities, you know, you're going to have for yourself, you're not going to be able to actually change them unless you escape that environment that you're in and, like, leave the people that you're with. So I think, yeah, 100%, the best thing about travelling is getting out of that small mindset that you have back home.
Yeah, I think the biggest mindset switch for me happened 3 months ago when I came to Dubai and travelled. That was the biggest mindset switch I have ever had in my entire life. And that wouldn't have been done if I stayed in, you know, my hometown where everyone already thinks a certain way about me. That would never have happened. Right, okay. Last one. Saving.
Yeah, savings cooked. Obviously, it gets pushed onto us a lot by our parents, because they lived in a time where, you know, you could put, you know, 50 grand into the house and now it's worth $1 million or some stupid thing. Whereas, like, now, it's all going to be about your personal brand and reinvesting into yourself. So stop saving, because every time you save, as I mentioned, like, you're literally signaling to the universe that you don't believe you can actually make money. And this is going to affect essentially your beliefs affect your actions, which means you're not actually going to take any action because you think, oh no, like, I don't actually know how to make money, and it's just going to absolutely cook you.
Yeah, I mean, look, you need everyone performs better when their back's against the wall. They've been forced in a position where they have to perform, they have to put the work in. Now, if you've got 4k in your bank and you're adding £200 to it a month, you're going to slowly go up, but realistically your life's still shit, you can't afford most things. But you're just living in a state of comfortability, because when you go to Tesco, you don't have to check your bank if you want to get a meal deal. And that's not a way to live, right? You're thinking so narrow-mindedly. If you want to get out to a place like this, you can stuff your 4k because it's not going to be enough for a night, do you know what I mean? So
Guys,
how much is that really?
It's literally an infinite money glitch. The more you spend, the more you make. It's the law of attraction. Spend more and you'll make more. Because are you even in a position now where you can live how you want to? No. So why are you saving? You can save for the next 50 years. You're not going to be able to buy a supercar. Like, you're just fucked.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Well, look, from that whole list, I honestly think the worst thing, I think smoking weed is probably the most retarded thing you can do. What would you say is the worst thing?
Yeah, I think smoking weed is disgusting, but I think going out every weekend, from my personal experience, is the most dangerous thing you can do. And looking back on it now, I can't believe how low an ROI task it actually is. It's fucked.
I think as well, because it's so normalised, that's what makes it so dangerous.
That's the problem. Because alcohol is so bad for you, it's probably worse for you than weed, but because it's so normalised, sold everywhere, everyone thinks it's fine. It's not. It's poison.
Yeah, no, it is cooked. Well, yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. This has been the top 10 things that you shouldn't be doing in your 20s.